Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening all dear viewers. Welcome to my show, Sports Talk. This is your host, Hussein Mahmood, presenting live debates on UC TV. Many thanks for all your support and encouragement thus far. Please continue to like and share and comment on media content being published and subscribe to UC TV for ongoing notifications. We've completed 8 episodes thus far and we're getting closer to getting to know why we are not yet seeing British South Asians breaking into top flight football. All episodes are available up on demand on my fan page, Sports Talk TV, and YouTube and UC TV. Available to watch on demand, the green logo for UC TV. Like, share your views with me to find out, and let's talk about this further. The topic I'm pressing needs attention, and we will be the platform to provide our youth with hope and prosperity in the football industry, so they can feel and believe their place, which they're pushing and fighting for, is as valued as any other person striving for the same professional outcome. That being a status in top flight football with all of its perks attached. Diversity, quality and a fair qualification system being my number one agenda. We've learnt so much so far, and I've brought people who have shed their light and experiences ranging from referees to ex-professional footballers, and we are most definitely getting closer to breaking the mould and making the change happen. I need you, and we need this change to take place, because one man can achieve great things, but a team can achieve incredible things. Power of the people. Alongside myself today, I have my guest with a wealth of experience on grassroots level, who's been involved with the management and the running of the team from Oldham, namely Coppice United, and has been doing so over the past 20 years. Asian Image voted Coppice United the best Asian team from the Northwest over the past 2 decades, having won numerous cups with finals being held at prestige venues. Coppice United is the most successful team in Asian Image, with 4 wins and 10 finals, even at one stage reaching the final of the competition for 8 consecutive years. A great consistent achievement. Coppice United is also only one of 2 teams to reach the UK Asian Championships. My guest today, Mr. Yassar Farook. So, without further ado, let's bring in Yassar and let's talk sports.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum to you, Yassar bhai. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, good. Nice to finally meet you.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Sports Talk, and shedding your light and experiences.
Not a problem. I've made this journey to Blackburn hundreds of times. It's like my second home now. Got a lot of friends here.
Great stuff.
Friends and, great rivalries. It's good. I like that. It's a good place. It's got a bit of everything.
Good, bit of samosas.
Manchester Oldham, Manchester. But you can say, in terms of, home for Asian football, Blackburn, in terms of organising and hosting events, this is where it's happened. I cannot deny it or hide from that fact. The people in Blackburn, the way they've organised it and stuff, none of the other towns have done that. So
you're absolutely,
they've been lucky with the people they've had here, organising these events. Maybe we didn't appreciate it as much. But,
you're absolutely right, Yassar, and that's the reason why we've actually picked Blackburn as one of our case studies with our classic Hawthorns League as well. And a lot of them individuals are actually playing on that league, and on our previous shows, and our fans and viewers will know that 1 to 8 episodes, we've highlighted a lot around Blackburn. And you're right in saying there's a lot of people who have been involved on grassroots level trying to build football on grassroots levels for Asian communities, and that's the reason why you've obviously loved coming to Blackburn as well and competing with the likes of our brothers down here in Blackburn. So so what I want to ask you first of all, you've got a lot of experience there, just reading your bio there, mashallah. You've done really, really well. Coppice United, can you just tell me a little bit, is that what it is? Is that the passion?
It's on the chest.
It's right next
There's
to
another story behind this t-shirt. I'll touch on that later.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what I want to do really, I mean, we are identifying why we're not seeing British South Asians breaking into top flight football. Our shows are 1 to 5. We've touched on all types of things, and you might have caught up on it yourself, ranging from parenting, lifestyle, diet, coaches, mindsets, pathways, and being committed and consistent on grassroots level.
I think, to be honest with you, right, a lot of people who are like myself who have been involved in football, we kind of got bored of this debate. I know it's sad that I'm saying this, but we've been hearing the same thing from when I started 20 years ago to now. Saying, yeah, they're going to break through. But there is a number of factors, but ultimately, we have to look at ourselves.
Well,
but there is barriers, obstacles, but we have to look at ourselves. In my time, I've seen kids who have been talented enough, but then their parents haven't been committed, the kids have been committed, and vice versa. And honestly, it's got harder now. You know, we play on Sunday mornings, or when we was playing on Sunday mornings, there's lads confirming for games, and then UFC is on. I don't know about UFC. Saturday night, they're watching it 5-6 in the morning. I'm like, what is it? I couldn't even name you more than 3 fighters. We don't know. We used to say, yes, we're turning up to a game. We were there.
We was there half an hour earlier.
Now, well, I'm always late. As you probably noticed today, bro. I'm always late. I'm not going to hide from that fact. Even us, you can ask any of the teams. Coppice United, right? We used to always just about turn up on time, right? Because we had travel a lot and we never used to do warm up. I'll tell you a story. We never hardly warm up. We just get a ball, kick it about. The one time we went to Glasgow, we did a warm up. We ended up getting beat badly. So everyone said, "This is because we warmed up, boys. This is because we warmed up. We're not going to do no warm up after this, yeah." And then we went back to our old ways. But yeah, it is definitely a serious issue. There is definitely talent there.
Well, this is it. I mean, for me, I've been a footballer, and I've, like yourself, started 20 years ago. Alhamdulillah, I've enjoyed, and I'm a confident footballer. I've enjoyed playing with likes of some top footballers. Alhamdulillah, always pick for the best teams, always pick first, kind of thing. But unfortunately, the platform and the networks and just the reach out wasn't available for us. So, what I really want to know, I mean, from your perspective, having had so much experience, yes, I mean, where did it all start from you? I mean, how did you get onto the grass? What gave you the drive and give you the passion?
I made my debut. There was 2 teams in Oldham, right? FC Paris. They started the way for teams in Oldham. Do you know what I mean? There used to be a manager called Makbul. He started FC Paris hard work. So he's had all the lads from all Oldham, and then my manager Ali, he started another team from a different area, which was Coppice, Werner, and thingy, right? So then we've started off. It was a mixture. It was a mixed bag of older, young lads. So it took a bit of time for us to get used to grass. We're always used to AstroTurf, even concrete back then. If you're going back 20 years ago, we used to have concrete pitches.
AstroTurf.
So this is what we used to.
Concrete, of course. Yeah.
And I tell you, and the managers, you know, they just hear about, oh, he's a good player, bring him in, let's just see how they go. You know, I heard your show, and then Tapi was saying when he's played, he's waited on the side, and ours is different because we were playing at a lower level. So what happened is, my very first game, right, I was at 16, this is 11 aside, was Coppice against FC Paris, right, which is Glodic lads. So I remember saying, and they said, right, just turn up.
Glodic boys, is it? So
yeah, that was Glodic, and really we were Coppice. And he said, right, the manager said, look, just turn up. Well, he wasn't even the manager, it was one of the lads I knew. He said, turn up, you're going to be sub, I don't know how many minutes you're going to get. We all like being fair and honest with people. If you're going to call someone, say, look, this is the chances of you playing and all that, because I don't really like bringing people in and then they don't get a game on.
Sure.
Anyway, I was 16, so he's called me and said, right, sweet, I'll turn up, no problem. And I don't know what happened, people dropped out, wherever. We ended up with 12 players and ended up starting. So my very first game was that against FC Paris, and it was a big derby, and it was at their place, and I could just remember about 30-40 fans on the side, and it was difficult and quite intimidating because they're all older lads and they're watching, and it's all their fans because we're at their place.
Sure.
And that's where I made my debut. So once you make a debut in that kind of environment, you could go anywhere.
So you got thrown into the deep end there.
Yeah, it was. I loved it. Honestly, I loved it, and that game sticks with me to this day. And I can't really say what they were chanting on the side and all that, but that kind of eggs you on, and it was all in our language and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It was awesome, man. If I could go back and play a game, that's the game.
That was the game.
I think it ended up as a draw or a 2-1 to them or us.
That was your debut, yeah, on grass. And what kind of feel did you get on grass from compared to hard ground? Because as you know,
it's difficult.
It's very different, isn't it?
It's heavy on your feet, and even now I can forward it 20 years. we've got so many talent in football. They don't want to play them on the side. I do not know why. They all, when we organise a 5-a-side tournament, there's 300 players.
Yeah,
and everyone's watching them. Oh, look at this guy, look at that skill, look at that skill.
Wow, pow.
And we think, right, we can make a good team. And then them same players, they come, play 1 or 2 games, get hit with 1 or 2 tough challenges. They don't want it. It's like,
on the 11th side, yeah.
And it comes back to what I'm saying to you now, it's sad, they're all...
Is it then in ourselves then, Yassar? I mean, again,
50% of it is in ourselves, yeah.
Because I'm seeing really talented people.
Yeah.
I'm keeping myself out of this because I don't want to
keep me out of it as well. I was just more.
I'm realistically, I mean, you're from Oldham, and I know brothers are up and way enough in coffee, saying Gladic, alhamdulillah. And I played with guys in Manchester from Oldham when I went to university there as well. And I've seen some really, talented individuals. And I'm thinking, okay, so.
There is some players in academies. There are players in the academy, but I'll tell you about academies as well. If we're being open and honest here, there's a lad who played for us. He worked for Man United academy, and he told me, look, most of these kids here, they are not going to make it. They're just here for one player. Out of all that academy, they might have say 200 players, whatever. One's going to make it. But the rest are just there to make sure that. If that one player makes it, that club will make so much money from them. It's not thinking. So I don't know if the system is wrong or whatever. It's not. Look, we can talk about racism and whatever, right? But over the years I've learned working white class people have just as much problem as us. So we just have that added problem of like you can easily identify. Look, he's brown. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that makes it harder. But the working white class lads, they have it just a different, and they're so talented as well. Honestly, sometimes it comes down to who you know, not always 100% talent. So once you're in there, you're in there.
You make a very interesting point there, Yassar, because white, like English folk who are also talented, they find they are seeing the same struggle there, and you say that
the working class, yeah. The ones you've got in the little bit better areas, they've got the better schools. They could go to a normal school.
Your Cheshires, your Old Tringham's,
we even have in Oldham certain areas, but even in their schools, they're normal schools, they're not private schools, but their teachers are so good, their facilities are awesome. You couldn't even get into them. Oh, look, I don't know what it's like in your area. What are the people who we elect? What are they doing? Can you think of any project, any politician or guys in power have done? I can't even name. In 20 years, I can't even name. All right, they'll give us funding here, £500, whatever. Do a little tournament for charity, whatever. Put our name on it and stuff. What, brother? We do not even have a 11-a-side pitch in our area.
Yeah, you're right.
If we want to play football, we have to go outside of our area to book a pitch. You can't even get the pitch because the locals have got it and it's fully booked with their under 10s, under 9s, under 7s, under 6. We do not even have a pitch 20 years later. Let's get a pitch first, then we can talk about getting players and stuff. Pitch is such a big issue. We've got 5-a-side, 6, 7-a-side pitches. They're not even very well kept. They're run by the same people. Honestly, though, it's embarrassing. I think there's that gap. I'm not saying these politicians don't. Most of them don't realise the struggle of our youth. They should be building these sports academies, whatever. Anytime little bit of land gets up for sale, whatever, someone will buy it. There's houses built on it. Do you understand? And even over the 20 years, I've seen grass pitches disappear. Yeah, they're building construction, car
parks and stuff like that, and shopping centres, whatever.
That's it. There's not
so we're not moving towards the facilitation of
I can talk about my area, and honestly, we don't even know. All the pitches that we do have, 3-4G pitches that you can literally play on, they're outside our area and they belong to schools and stuff. It's so hard to book one. You ring, you can't even get through. We played 9-a-side on a Thursday, right? 8 till 9. It's obviously closed now because of coronavirus and all that. We pay £110 for an hour, bro.
Wow, that's
£110 for 1 hour.
That's a serious rate. My friend, that's a serious.
You know what? They don't even give you a minute over. They turn the light off exactly at the time, even if you start 5-10 minutes late. I'm just saying, facilities is a big
So what is that? The 11-a-side facility you picked?
There is no facility.
Is that £110 goes for what? A 7-a-side pitch?
That's 9-a-side pitch.
9-a-side pitch.
Yeah.
So you got 18 players paying £110.
It's works out about £7 per player for a game for an hour.
Well, that's extortionate, really.
Yeah, and then you got your travel there and stuff like that. That's not even in our area, bro.
All right, but let's park that up for a second there, Yassar. You touched in a very small time. You touched on a lot of key points. So let me try. There's loads to come.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe because there's loads to come. Yassar, what I want to know about first of all, then obviously we touched on some points there. I just want to know your experience and your kind of career and what you've done for Coppice United.
Okay.
How did this come about? So you started on a debut with Coppice United.
The truth is, when we set up, we just wanted to prove that, look, Asians can play football. What is the most thing you hear on the pitch when you play against teams that are non-Asian?
Yeah, Asians can't play.
No, it's not even that. What would they say to you?
It's our sport.
Stick to cricket.
It's not your sport. Stick to cricket.
That joke got so boring when I was playing football. Stick to cricket. I'm like,
no, but
I can't play cricket.
Hold on, we're British though.
Actually, I'm alright at cricket. I'm alright. I always say I'm alright everything.
Yeah, so we're British though. So isn't this a British sport?
I don't know, because people see you and identify you as that, isn't it?
Well, this is what
they don't realise. If you want to touch down on it, some guy can come to Manchester if he's white and say to me, "Oh, F off, back to your own country, whatever." But I've been in Manchester. I'm the local here. I belong here, not you. So you can. Do you understand? You're from Manchester or Oldham or whatever.
It's getting really funny, that joke, isn't it?
That's it. They used to say to me, "Go play cricket." And I'm like, you know what I mean? Cricket's boring, man. It's too long, man. I don't mind.
We need fast action.
I tell you, you know what? There have been lads when we've had like semi-finals against Blackburn or whatever. They've gone to play the cricket game instead of play a semi-final against us. Do you understand? I'm like,
I don't know what's happening there.
I don't understand. They know who they are. Who I'm talking about.
So talk to me more, Yassar, about this, about your Coppice, about your experience. I mean,
yeah. So we started playing because of that. We wanted to give Asians something to play. It's not only that, brother. You take them lads off the streets. Yes. People who are playing football, they're not doing bad things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you know, something's happened down the road, but he's not involved. He's here playing football. He's busy and he's focusing on that. Yes. That was our aim, and just to keep lads away from trouble.
You got health. You know, you're working on your health,
yeah,
fitness,
and to prove that we can play. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. You make so many friends. It's a very sociable thing. Even if you don't make it, whatever, it's good for your fitness. You know, you're making friendships. You know,
well, I've always said, Yassar, that football is a language. When you're kicking that ball around, it's like a conversation.
Nobody knows. You know what I mean? Unless the people who play football, they don't understand. Especially at home, when you go home with an injury and all that. Oh, why are you wasting time? Why are you doing this? Do you know what I mean? You go and playing football and stuff like that.
That's what they think, but the passion lives in.
You know what? I want to thank some of the Blackburn guys. With the first final we had, right?
There's a lot of Blackburn guys tuning in.
You know what?
And they'll know you as well, Yassar.
The first final, you know, I've got a beard now. I've got a scar here. Some guy booted me. He's got Riz Khan. He's a good friend as well. It was in the final, and I've not even got the pictures here to show, but I had a big bandage around here, and that was the first final. That was the first year we played.
Where was this final?
This was at Blackburn Rovers Youth Academy.
Okay.
So this is when you talk. This is Shoaib does the Asian image, you see, and Glasgow's totally different.
Does he manage the tournament?
Shoaib does a lot, mashallah. You know what?
Shoaib does a lot, does he?
He used to. Once you lose Shoaib, I think that competition will go if he packs it in. So this is what I'm saying to you.
If you lose Shoaib,
if he says one day that I'm not doing it anymore or whatever, there'll be no one to take over.
No, but we hope Shoaib. I'm not.
10 more years.
I haven't met Shoaib.
We need to start Wets. I told him to start Wets.
I haven't met Shoaib just yet. I know about the Asian image. I know about the competition, but Shoaib, you know, if you're out there and if you're listening and you're watching in and tuning into the show. You know, you've heard it from Yassar. Thank you very much. You heard it from myself. Thank you very much. Keep going. This Sports Talk programme, you know, is in favour of what you're doing, and inshallah, I'm sure if you continue to do that, we will see some youth coming through, Yassar.
The youth, like I said, it is a mixture of things. They need to be committed themselves, and you need committed parents. It's not easy. You know. If my son wanted to play football, I would struggle to take him all the places, but I'd make sure I'd do it. Do you understand? If I knew he had the talent and he can make it, you got to make that effort. Because you could be driving hundreds of miles every...
You're absolutely right, yes. I mean, let's say, for example, excuse me, we had Dappy on the show. Excuse me, Arun Hussain.
His
Yeah?
Dosta. That's his lyric, bro.
Is that what it is?
That's his lyric. I just call him Dosta.
Beautiful gentleman, very nice, passionate guy. Yeah, very nice show. Very nice conversation I had with him afterwards. No, I had a conversation on the phone with him afterwards as well. But his family took him down to Luton. His dad took him down to Yassar, you know what I mean? And then
to be honest, his dad used to come watch the games, and sometimes when they were playing, he'll come watch our games, saying, "Oh, I like watching you lot." So yeah, big up to his dad.
Big up to his dad as well.
Yeah, he used to stop watching his son and come watching us because.
But his brother went down there and took him down to Luton.
I remember he told me about this.
Did he tell you? It was on the show.
Me and
the week before the last show 7, episode 7, and he said that basically the reason why he didn't get selected because the football club outlined and highlighted that his positional play wasn't right, and as the ball was moving across and stuff, and therefore he got declined. Wow. So there we have it. His family are involved, his brother's involved. He's got a lot of encouragement.
Marshall, he's a unique example then, because
I mean that's what I mean, Yassar.
I know kids, like I was saying to you, the lad who works at the academy. He says he identifies kids that are good. So he's picked one from the area, and he says this kid has got the potential. He can make it, but his father wasn't willing to take him. We had no one to take him.
Was this another guy, was it?
He's a young lad, you know what I mean? I think he was doing under 9s or 10s or something, and he says, look, this kid is very good, but his father just can't take him. Bring him to the academy for training and stuff like that. And
is that because of lack of enthusiasm or lack of involvement, or was he just not interested in football?
The kid was the father. I don't know. I can't comment on his personal thing here, but
I mean, because we're coming from old school, you know, our older generation that are a bit more, you know, old school kind of thing, proper grounded, rooted.
It's such a hard place now, isn't it? Because we're growing up, we were really enthusiastic and we want someone to take us.
Yeah,
I'll tell you now, like. I started way before that game. I used to do a lot of Bengali tournaments. My best friend Nanu is Bengali actually. He got me into football actually. I should have started with him first. He got me into football. We used to play on a gravel pitch somewhere. People in Oldham will still know that pitch. And at that time, brother, we were like, 14, 15. No one was driving, nothing. So what we used to do is put money in and kind of beg people to take us.
Contribute to the right, anybody
come on, take us, because we used to go, say we'll go Chester, there's a tournament in London, Birmingham, and these are the Bengali national tournaments. They're 5, 6, 7 aside. Well, that time they were the big thing, but we used to pay people. This is how committed we were. But our parents couldn't. Most of our parents, they were working, and you know we were supporting back home and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But now I think.
But we've moved on from that now.
Yeah, I know. But now I think it's the other way around.
I've got kids, alhamdulillah. We offer a different mindset.
But it's gone the other way now. I think the kids have got too much distractions. Like I'm saying to you, even the lads who are 18 to 20, they're watching UFC 5, 6 in the morning. We've got we've got a county cup. These are little stories. We've got a county cup quarter final. Do you understand? This is where the whole county are playing, and we've got exactly 11 players because lads have stayed up late and they've not turned up to the game. So
is it a passion? Like you said, you started off the show today, Yassar, saying we've got to look inside us.
Yeah,
we've got to look in ourselves.
Definitely.
So it's not a talent question, is it? Because I've seen many talented players, mashallah, absolutely fantastic players, just as good as I see on professional football pitches playing a professional Man United, Man City game. The standard is there. But the drive, I think
maybe we need more people in the community getting into coaching, getting into these clubs, working there. We definitely need facilities. There's nothing, you know what I mean. Now I was helping for Pro Sport Academy. I was helping
Pro Sport. Is that Adnan's academy? Oh no, that's Pre-Pro Academy.
Yeah, no, this is in Oldham. It's Shani and there's a few other coaches.
Okay.
And I was doing under 10s, and it's been so hard to get a facility. Do you understand? We was at one place, and it was going out the area, Oasis Academy. But what was happening? We had to move it from there, believe it or not, because there's a lot of local lads coming, messing about, smoking, and we didn't want people. People's mums, sisters are coming to pick their kids up, and these lot are messing about, throwing stuff, and so we had to move that pitch from that area to a local area, and there's not many pitches.
Was that a downgrade on the pitch?
Definitely, it's a smaller size, so we had to reduce the numbers. There's just no pitches, and now that pitch has been shut since March. Even though it's outdoor, it's a school pitch, So the kids have not trained since March. But alhamdulillah, there's some very good coaches. They take them in the park and running and organise
I want
games.
to come back to you with that coaches there, Yassar, because that's what I feel.
We do need coaches.
another big
We need
bit.
facilities, man. If the facilities there, if you got something that people go play, they'll turn up and, you know what I mean? They'll eventually get bored and come and play.
Yeah,
But if we haven't got the facilities, no, I don't know. I don't know. I think as a community, we've been sleeping for too long. Everyone busy, hectic.
You've hit the nail
Yeah.
on its head there, Yassar,
Yeah.
and that's why Sports Talk platform is giving us an awakening call and letting our youth know today that there's every opportunity if we strive for it within.
Course, yeah.
I'm just going to stop it there, guys. Stay tuned with us. We're going to take a short break. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back all dear viewers. It's your host Hussein Mahmood presenting live debates on UC TV with my guest today, Mr. Yassar Farook, shedding his insight and his experience on why we're not seeing British South Asians breaking into top flight football. So Yassar, just before the break there, I was talking around coaches. I just want to finish off on that point because I think you make a fantastic point. That nowadays previously we haven't seen coaches setting up the right mindset and setting up the pathways for our youth to breaking into top flight football.
I'll tell you right. So, like I said, I was doing coaching. It was say some days I couldn't make it. One off. It was so difficult for me to find someone who was willing to come. You know, all our friends and stuff like that. It was so difficult to find someone just come replace me for that 1 hour. You know, brother, can you do it and all that? I mean, there is some fantastic people who do all this free, voluntary and thing. We definitely need more. We need more facilities, definitely. You know, there's just nothing there. Honestly, there is nothing there. Now, outdoor pitches, right? You can't play indoor because of Corona, right? Outdoor, there's nothing. We can't even go play anywhere.
So for the since March, have you not really played much football at all?
We've been doing other stuff like mountain climbing and going on cycling and stuff like that.
Trying
We've
to
been
stay
playing here
active.
and there. I have to be careful what I say on here.
Nah, you're absolutely fine. Don't worry, I've got your back, Yassar. I'll get your back. I mean, you're keeping active in that way. Yes, I want to pick up on something. Do you know a guy called, and you might have watched the show, Mr. Khalid Isa? Khalid Isa. He was on my show, 1 to 5 episodes. His dad is Ismail Isa, who's also on the show. He's from Blackburn. He plays for Blackburn Elite FC.
Okay, all right.
Right, okay. Now, one thing that he mentioned to me in part 5, in episode 5 of my show, is why we're not seeing British South Asians getting into top flight football is hate. And he was very strong on that word.
Hate?
Hate amongst the players within the team. So we are somewhat stopping our own fellow
Developments,
yeah. So I don't know if I'd go as far as jealousy and hate or
this is a very deep subject. You know, you can delve into it. Like I was saying to you, my best friend Nanu was Bengali. I've been to some tournaments. They've turned around and said, right, he can't play.
Well, this is it. Before you this is what I was just going to say. You have this possible race card from white English folk to Pakistanis, I mean, even if you're Sikh, Indian, Bengali, Guji, you're still going to get called the P word, right?
Yeah.
But we know we are Pakistanis, right?
Yeah, we are.
So we're the original 100% original Pakistanis, right?
Normal of it.
But we have another scenario here which Khalid picked up on, and I like to elaborate and try to get your insight from Oldham as well. So give us a bit of insight what's going on there as well. Do we have an internal or racism conflict that is stopping our development for our youth? So we got, like you said, Bengalis, Pakistanis, and Indians. Are we racist within?
You know,
maybe
one other thing I can say, the reason why we've been more successful than other teams in that Asian image, we didn't have that problem as much.
Let me guess. You had one type of people.
No, our team was probably more mixed and diverse than anyone, even in that league, and even when we come in here, because we've got Pakistani, Bengali, Indian, and within Pakistani you got so many castes and systems. Right? Yes. We don't really, alhamdulillah, we've been lucky that our lads not like that. But I did see it in the Blackburn one, because you got Gujaratis and Pakistanis. You understand?
Okay.
I personally think that hinders their progress more than anything else.
You do think
me looking at the outsider, maybe I'm totally wrong. I can't.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know what happens in their changes.
What do you think? What do our viewers think? Comment, get in touch with us.
Yeah, with our team, any players come in, they felt welcome, and alhamdulillah, we've been blessed that all them players have still wanted to play with us, because the banter's good in our. In the changing room, we were one of them teams. Even when we won, we were like mourning and arguing with each other because we think that we could have done this better, could have done that better. Yeah. But yes, definitely. Like I said to you, I've been to some tournaments and then they said you can't play because you're Pakistani, and they said,
just like that.
Well, they've said it to Nanu, who thing is it not. Directly to me.
But I mean,
Nanu is a proper soldier. He says, you know what I mean? He's fought my corner all my life.
So Nanu's the Bengali guy in Oldham, right? Your best mate, Nanu.
Yeah.
So shout out goes to Nanu.
Nanu, me.
Yeah, back in my Yassar up here.
But it's been saying, look, bro, let me tell you, right? The saddest thing I've seen at Asian Image, I'm one of them people, I'll have to tell the story from both sides, right? I can't just say racism, right? We had loads in our league, the referees, everything. Some of the stories I'll tell you, horrific. You won't even believe it. One thing I regret is some of them times not walking off the pitch, taking a stand. If I went back, some of the times I would just walk off the pitch. But our manager was old school, saying, nah, you guys are never going off the pitch. I would have done it differently. I would have walked off, took a stand, take it down the official proper route, make the complaints, report these people, if it's the referees, the other teams, whatever. I'm telling you, 90% of the people are good. You have no problem with them, and you make some really good friends, whether they're black, white, green, whatever. But the saddest thing I seen at Asian Image is one of the finals we were playing, because like I said, we had black, white, Asian. Our team's very mixed.
Nice, diverse team.
Very mixed. It's so good. And our keeper got racial abuse once, and he's white, and that was from Asians.
Okay.
That was the only sad point, but he told me at the end, and I was very disappointed. I was angry that time. I don't need to name the team, the players. It wasn't the players or the management or anything. It was just lads who come to watch.
Okay, right.
And obviously they're doing it. And that lad told the keeper. He told me that this is what happened, and I took it further. I told Shuaib and stuff like that. He handled it really well. He just made sure whoever was involved, they weren't allowed back in to watch the games and stuff like that, and it never happened again. But it's sad. I'm just saying it can happen both ways.
It's very rare. Both ways. Absolutely, very rare. Yeah, you're right. What do you think the conflict is within our own Asian community, British South Asians? Because I'm kind of getting the feel that we are our own demise.
Worst enemy.
We are our own worst enemies. So like you're playing, yes, and I'm playing. Whenever I walked onto the football pitch, bro, I'll be honest with you, I believe I'm the best player on the pitch.
You should always believe that. Even if you're not or whatever, I always believe that. I've been limited talent. I don't know, I've just been sneaking my way in, whatever.
But I've never ever in myself, alhamdulillah, felt to if somebody's doing better than me, I will support them. You know, I will.
That's how it should
I
be.
will promote them, support them,
Yeah.
and I will help them become the person they want to be and achieve more than me. But that doesn't mean to say I won't strive for what I want to be. So we could have two-tier
Well,
system.
I'll tell you, Bolton is a good example of that.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that issue. They've got one team, everyone plays mixed, and they're actually probably the best Asian team. Them and Halifax.
Is that
probably
one of the
best
two
Asian-
teams? Because it's one of the two teams that I mentioned in your bio. That Coppice United was one of them by Asian Image voted by who's managing Schwab. Is Bolton the other team?
It's beat Bolton and Halifax now. I think they're ahead of us now because we've got older. The better players have left, retired, can't play. We can't keep up to that physical thing. Yeah. But the reason I mentioned that is I think Bolton's got a very good mix. They got on really well, and I don't think they have that thing there. I don't know the internals of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but from what you see-
I think Blackburn definitely has suffered because of this inter thing. Yeah. Because the only time in my 12, 13 years playing the same year, Blackburn team has only won it once, and that's when they had a mixed team.
Okay.
Do you understand? And that was the only time. It just shows you that the
So
success
Blackburn
is there.
have won it once. But Blackburn are pretty strong in football, and they're from right away from classic Hawthorn League to the now Blackburn Combination League. Do you have a league like that in Oldham? Do you have like a Blackburn Combination League? Or,
Yeah, we've got the Oldham Sunday League, and then a lot of lads play in Manchester leagues.
oh,
Do you
no, okay, 'cause it's
understand?
not far away.
Yeah.
You've got
But
your trap as well
the-
nowadays, don't you?
The reason I'll tell you why we did so well in the Asian Image, because the teams we were playing in our league, they were very good. Like I was coming back to what I was saying to you, even working class white lads, they were so good, right? So when we were playing them and we were playing against these teams in Asian Image, there's a difference in standard. I felt the standard in our league was way better than the lads we were playing then. So we were having this competitive fixture every week in our league.
Yeah, okay.
And so when we come here, it didn't seem like a open standard. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
But yeah,
understand,
you're right. We shouldn't mock or laugh at anyone or think. The first time we come into Asian Image, we've got drawn against Park, which is the Nelson team.
Okay. Bark,
And,
yes, yeah.
Bark,
PWK,
They're quite a classic team, aren't they? They've been around for a while.
Yes.
And I can still remember it to this day. It was the draw at, what's that, Shy Killer restaurant?
Shy
What's it called
Killer,
in Blackburn?
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
that.
Shy
said
Killer,
it, yeah. And I can remember everyone just writing us off. They writ us off. And some people were
Coppice
laughing.
United,
Yeah. Because this is the first time we ever went in there. And there was only one lad from Preston Gizmo. Yeah,
Okay.
top player, top guy. He says, "Don't worry, bro. Just do your thing." I go, "Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm just happy that they're laughing because they'll see when we turn up." Do you understand?
Yeah. Underdogs, right?
But anyway, yeah. So we have turned up, and we bloody ended up losing 2-0, 2 or 3-0 at half time. And we thought, you know what? Maybe we are out of depth here. Went in at half time. The manager gave us a rollicking, made 1 or 2 changes, and next you know, we just banged in 3-4 quick goals, and that's it. And from that game, we didn't look back because the next game we won 8-0. And then the final was against Asia, was a local derby from Rochdale, and we won that game 2 or 3-1. They met up 1-0. So I'm just saying that when someone new comes in, you should kind of encourage them. But I can still remember it to this day, and that. But it was good for us. It spurred us on, it egged us on. We like that. But this new generation, no chance.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. There's all stress, anxiety,
Yeah,
and
they're just
all
gonna
this.
shut
I
the
don't
door
know.
on
We didn't know about these things.
Because there's so many different
We
outs.
didn't even believe in it, but it's all real. It's there, but I don't know. We were just
So
built differently.
what makes you what one kind of
Look.
factor makes you think that Blackburn suffered the most with this internal kind of conflict?
They've got more of a mixture.
Callum
They've
Geezer,
got more of a mixture, Pakistani and Indian, haven't they? They've got Gujarati and Pakistani.
yeah,
So
there's
we
a
don't
large
have that.
population of
Ours
Gujarati.
is Pakistani Bengalis, but we kind of get on more. You understand? If we see the player there that's Bengali, Pakistani, whatever, you'll get a chance regardless of this thing. I don't know. We encourage players to go at high level play. You know what I mean? But the commitment's not there to train 3 times a week and travel 50, 70 miles for a game.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the lads who was playing for semi-pro, they were getting back sometimes at 1, 2 in the morning. But if you got work the next day, you think, is it really
it's
worth
hard
it?
work,
If
isn't
you've
it?
got a decent job anyway, is it really
But
worth
you see,
it?
Yassar, this is what I'm trying to say, because when you see that there's such a lack of British South Asians in top flight football, and then you're asking me, is it really worth it? Well, there's a big gap there, ain't there?
There is a big gap.
There's a massive bridge, and you've got a passionate player here who knows his talent, he's got all the passion, but then you've got this
I think it'll be 5-10 years before we see it.
Is that what do you think?
I think
so. What kind of
years.
message do you think what kind of message are you currently giving out to your younger boys coming into Coppish United?
I'm like, when we were growing up, an elder guy can say whatever he wants to you, shout at you, whatever, right? Yeah, you take it on the chin or whatever. You say even off to these guys, right? They're not there the next game. So I don't know how you deal with that. I don't know. Do you blame the law, the policy, the teaching, whatever? Because no one could really. It's a national problem. No one's got power over these. You can't really do anything to the kids. Discipline them. The police are soft, aren't they? The teaching is soft. There's no punishment. People do all sorts of things and get away with it. There needs to be stricter
guidelines or stricter methods.
Definitely. But honestly, you can't say anything to this new generation.
So are you finding it hard to kind of communicate with them and drive that passion in them?
Look, I
drive that passion out of them.
You're right. When you're used to winning all the time, and then for the last 4 or 5 years we were struggling. We were losing against teams that we wouldn't even our worst nightmare. We thought we're never going to lose to these guys. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to that stage, honestly, I left it and I've just started a Wets team which is 35 and over, and that's keeping our older lads together.
Yeah, keeping it going.
But alhamdulillah, our manager's got a young team going again. It's going to be a struggle for a few years. This is how we first started. Don't know if you can do it again, recycle it and get better players.
Who's the manager?
Ali Amjad.
Okay, alright.
He was.
Do you not manage it or hands on yourself?
I do the Wets team now.
Oh, like so you did it.
And then
previously you did the Coppish.
I know I did it for the last 20 years, but he left because he wanted a break from it, and then I took over. And then he's back now with his own team, but he's playing in Open Age and I'm playing in Wets. But to mention, I've always been the type to just keep something going. When I was in the Open Age scene, I've always ring Shoaib, let's do this. My one plan is, I don't know, no one's got time. I said, Khalsa is the Sikh Federation, yeah? Their teams are awesome. They're so advanced and so ahead of us. It's unbelievable.
Who's that
so Khalsa is all the Sikh Federation, right? So we go summer tournaments and play for some of them teams. They're really, really good lads, man. Amo, I played for his team 3 times. All these players have gone and played for them teams, and they'll all tell you the standard is so much better. So what they do over summer, they have 4 or 5 tournaments in different cities, and you start from last 16. If you win, you go to 8. Okay. That's over 2 days.
Right.
So then you get a cup every time, and that's how they decide who goes up to Glasgow. We don't have that. We have the one just Asian image. And over the years, I've even said to Shoaib and there's Iqbal, mashallah, he does a lot as well. We've not always seen eye to eye, but he's a top guy.
Iqbal's come up on our show from Ismaili side as well. He's one of the founders of Classic Hawthorns League that has now went to Blackburn Muslim United.
I don't know what he does
United.
in Blackburn, but I know he does all the qualifiers for Glasgow and he helps out. Honestly,
I think if it's the same Iqbal, I think it's the guy who manages Blackburn United.
Iqbal Bhai. Yeah, he's got so many. He has got a lot of accolades and he deserves them, to be honest with you. Like I said, we've not always seen eye to eye. Even with Shoaib, I've not seen always eye to eye. Even with all the teams players, we know that. But most of the time, they'll be right in what they've done and what they're providing. Like I said to you, when these guys stop, there's going to be nothing.
Well, I hope they don't stop, Yassar, because if this is the reason why Sports Talk comes forward. I myself, Hussein Mahmood, I know that we will find, even if it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 to 20 years time, we will break through to top flight football, because in myself, I know that the amount of talent that I've seen, it's somewhat disappointing, Yassar. I feel a bit let down. I feel a bit
we are behind. The system's never going to change. You could do whatever you want. The system, even the FA, I'll say it straight. They're a money making scheme.
But we've managed to change the diversity code, and we've upped the percentage on that diversity code.
You try reporting something to the FA, right? And see how far you get. It's such a long-winded process. You can have all the evidence, everything. They have meetings after meetings, and the players, whoever's done wrong, is still playing football, and at the end of it, they'll get £100 fine. I personally believe it's just a money-making thing. They do not. They do not. I don't know. Man. I'm disappointed with the FA.
Do you think that
If I owe them £10, they'll stop me from playing. If I owe them a actually it's £12 now, yellow card. If I owe them £12, they'll stop my whole team from playing football. One guy can go be the most racist, whatever, right? Nothing. They'll have loads of meetings and they'll call you in and stuff like that, and that guy's still playing football. But if you owe him £12, it doesn't make sense. Do you get it? It's totally wrong. The FA is, I don't know. You can't get a hold of them. You don't get the support. But that's a problem for all the people, not just Asian people. But,
do you feel like the FA is probably not doing enough?
The FA definitely do not do enough. I don't know. I've never seen any money from them.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Yes,
but then they do post loads of posters. We've helped this, that. Most people can't meet the criteria that they set. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. They should just come out and watch. Look, all right, that facility's poor. Let's just help this. Instead of telling you fill in these forms, go out there, have a look. Who's not got facilities? Who's struggling? Where do you need the coaches? Where can you give funding to pay for these coaches to bring people through?
Sure.
But there is a mad stat though. It is a really mad stat. We're talking about Asian, whatever. Even everyone as a general, out of 1 million people, only 1 or 2 make it really.
No, well, that's crazy, isn't it?
It's a crazy stat. I'm just saying, it's a crazy stat overall.
We're not seeing homegrown talent enough, are we?
Definitely not.
Even if you look at the Premiership across the board, and we're talking about English white folks, I mean, how many Pole schools have you made?
That is, I'm telling you, even on the grassroots, bro.
How many Pole schools have
Jamie
come
Vardy's and
but they're limited.
Yeah, they don't.
Limited. Do you know? So are we?
It's all about money now, and it's always been like that. It always will be like that.
Okay, so if it's about money and there's so much going in, then surely there's enough money to fund the grassroots level clubs, and surely. Where are we going? What's your experience?
I don't know. I don't even think they need all the stuff that they have that on big high wages. Do they need them? Really, I don't know.
But what are they doing? I mean, are they doing anything? So you've never really been reached out by any FA through all your 20-year career?
I've struggled with them, to be honest with you. Even when I reported racism, whatever, I've struggled with them to the point. Most of the lads said, "Just leave it. What's the point? Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen." And I hate to say it, most of the time they were right.
Unfortunately.
Look, our lads have got away with stuff as well. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's both sides.
It's both sides.
It's definitely both sides. But we need to come.
They're not strict on the things that they need to be. But it's a struggle. Even getting referees is a big struggle. You won't believe how hard it is to be a referee's, secretary, the person who provides all the rest of all the games. So many games you've had without referees. No one wants to do it. The abuse and it's not worth it.
Both sides abuse, right?
I don't know. Some of them get paid 35, 45 quid now per game. I don't know if I'd personally do it for that kind of money, but it's not bad money.
But there's just a lack of them.
There is a big lack of referees. And I think you struggle to get referees, decent ones, and then they abuse it. They make mistakes, man. Of course they make mistakes. Over the years I've learned to just stay off the referees' back. Not being the type, I'll have a little moan, but you can't lose the good referees. That's another thing. But
Ismail mentioned something about referees, and he also mentioned that he's seen a lot of Asian players actually coming onto a pitch for a limited amount of time only. Do you think that that's a possible concern, that even if our British South Asians are getting into positions,
they're not
getting game time? Like you mentioned earlier, you said you're calling lads and you don't really want to call them if they're not coming onto the pitch because they're kind of wasting people's time.
It is tight because Sunday morning is cold, you don't want to be stood around or anything. You will always get... the thing with football is you're always going to get someone upset. Even if you have a fantastic game and thingy, but obviously they know because they're involved in that scene. They know that this kid deserves more time. If he played fantastic, they should be given more opportunities. But I don't think you'll ever have 100% quality. It's just not going to happen. We can strive and fight for it. It's not going to happen. But yes, the FAs need to do more.
Facilities.
I tell you what was a good system going back. Halifax. Yassar, he does they call it FC Panda now, but it was called Halifax before, Halifax Hammers. He's left his job now, teacher, whatever issue he had, but he was teaching in one of the college's school. he was picking out really good talented players, because when we were playing against him in the Asian image, we can see he's got an eye for talent. So I hope, yes, inshallah, you get the first Asian professional player. But he's got a really good eye for talent, because the young lads, they're coming in and you can just see, you know what, they're miles ahead of us in terms of talent. You can see the difference within.
Yeah, but this is it, you see, Yassar. We've had Adnan coming on before. Adnan's got pre-pro academy.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Sports Talk TV, Alhamdulillah, is also reaching out to football agents. We've got 2 other agents as well who are active. And are just waiting for us to introduce them to the next youth, introduce them to a superstar that they could now, you know, show them the pathway and take it to the next level. So what kind of encouragement would you give to youth of today? I know you say that a lot of youth are kind of distracted and
They
going
just
into
should not
technology.
give up, man. Regardless, don't give up.
But there are still youth out there, yes, who are passionate,
definitely.
really passionate.
Yeah, they're the ones that need
Yeah,
our support.
I mean,
They
even
need
if
more
it's
support.
one youth in Oldham, one in Accrington, one in Blackburn, then we've got 3 there, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, I'm only talking the worst case scenario here, because there's still a lot of passion in it. And what kind of message would you like to get out to the? I mean, from
I don't
your
know,
own experience.
maybe all these guys who are coaching. Let's get a system going where all these guys who are coaching the youth and the youngsters make one strong team, play against the academies.
Something like
Play against the academies. Yeah, get someone in power, get in charge, get the FA involved.
under 10s, under 10s.
Make a team, pick the best players from the thingy, and go play against these academies. Yeah, United's academies,
Yeah, because
City's academy.
they need an opposition, don't they?
Play them, beat them, better than them. They'll see them youths and say, you know what, come join us. That's
very
the
interesting
way
because-
forward. I remember somebody was doing this one time,
Okay.
and his team was actually beating the academy teams.
Oh, really?
Was it? I don't know where
was
he
it an
went with
Apanagiza?
it. Hey?
Was it an Apanagiza?
Yeah. I just can't remember who it was, man. But he was doing this exact thing, and they were beating the academies and stuff. But that's the only way I think they can do it.
Yeah.
Play against them, then they realise.
Show and demonstrate.
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna.
Because Shoaib is doing something very similar, isn't he, with the Asian image and bringing the towns county cups.
we have these competitions, but I don't see any scouts coming and watching or. Do you understand?
Do you think it's something that maybe Shoaib could, if Shoaib's watching, is that something, an area?
He knows. I think he even. I mean, even when we was at Blackburn Rovers Academy, you know, I didn't see many of them come watching the game. I mean, sometimes we give the trophy out then, but they don't actually come watching the games.
Is it Shoaib doing
taking
so?
note. I mean, it's not Shoaib's job. It's the scouts. You know what I mean? Who work for these teams. They're getting paid to come find these people and thingy. But anyway, let's go back to here. This Scotland competition, right? Let me just tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So, the best Asian competition is in Scotland, right? Where the final is held either Ibrox or Celtic. Yeah.
Stadium, okay.
Who's got the highest population? Who's got a higher population now? Us all in the northwest, or them people in Scotland? Have you ever heard of an Asian competition where the finals at Old Trafford or even Etihad?
No, I haven't.
We've got 10 times the population.
We have.
We've got councillors, everything. Why are them guys with a smaller population holding the most prestige competition? How does it work? I don't know what.
I don't know, Yassar. I don't know. Does any of our new viewers know why that's happening? Because that, on the face of it, doesn't make sense.
Then go down south. They're miles ahead of us again. They got Sporting Bengal who play in the Essex Senior League, and they got London Absa, which is a Pakistani team. They've got Bengali team. Why are they so far ahead? If you look at the Sikh Khalsa Federation, that's predominantly Midlands and then South again.
West Midlands, yeah.
Why even they've got so many of their players are playing semi-pros. Why are they so far ahead? Why are we lacking so behind? I think we're a lot more selfish here in the northwest. That's the honest truth.
Selfish for our own progression, maybe, or selfish.
If it's nothing in it for us, we
kind of switch off.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's basically it, isn't it?
We should be having a good league. You know, going back 10 years, like you're saying, the racism, it was so bad at one time. We used to have chats, you know, amongst us, say, why do we not just set up a Asian league? It's just Asian teams.
Yeah.
But then everyone said, how are you going to improve? How are you going to progress? You need to play against black, white.
Yeah. Best competition breeds the best results.
Yeah. So
tough competition breeds the best results.
But I've seen this from day one that they are so far ahead of us. I don't understand why. We've got more teams, more people helping out. Maybe we haven't got enough people in the high enough positions.
Yeah.
Maybe our politicians need to wake up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, yeah.
Don't. If you they can talk about crime, messing about and all that, then give something to the youth.
You're absolutely bang on, Yassar.
Do you understand?
You're absolutely 100% right. Give them
Instead
alternative.
of, helping your close friends, relatives, cousins, come on, man, come out, help the community as a whole.
Yeah, but that's the job, isn't it, really?
It's the job, they're getting paid for it.
That's why they got voted into them positions.
I don't know. I mean, whenever I go with a proposal, if I speak with my friends and stuff, saying, look, it'd be nice just to get land somewhere. Let's all pump money into it, build a pitch, and then at least people have got, even if they're paying for it, at least it's there. But you could not even get land to build a pitch. That's how bad it is. You see, honestly, I've tried so hard.
There is a definitely, I agree with you, there's a great disparity between the north and south divide. Development down south is moving at a fast pace.
Well, they've been way ahead of us for a long time.
For a long time, yeah. Even the mindset, the approach.
They don't really bother with this 5, 6, 7-a-side.
No,
they're so heavily into 11-a-side.
5 and
how it should
7-a-side,
be.
excellent training. Stretch your legs. Feel the ball, that kind of thing.
But that's going back to it. Some guys set up like a Punjab FC kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Where they pick all the Asian players and they played in some World Cup. See, I don't know the full details. They played in some World Cup. You play in that first. Yeah. If you win that one, you can actually go and play in the World Cup qualifiers. Do you understand? Against the smaller nations. I think that competition is for displaced countries. So they say that we don't have a country, Punjab. Whatever. I think they go with that angle. I don't know the full name of it, and I've watched highlights of it and stuff. They pick the best players from their culture. Do you understand?
Yeah. And how far?
And they did really well. I think they lost in the final. Believe it or not.
Oh, really?
To qualify for the main
World Cup
qualifiers in the smaller nations.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show that they've got people willing to put their hands in their pockets and invest in it. They invest heavily into their football. We don't. We rely on grants, funding. Do you know what I mean? We struggle to get £5 subs of our players who turn up. We pay for the referees, pitch fees, right? These guys don't even pay £5 subs. I'm telling you, bro, it's a struggle. At the end of the day, on a Sunday, I played 25 quid for a game, and I'm like, hey, this is not worth it. One guy's on transfer a year, the other guy's my chacha will give it, yeah.
Well, next week
they're not there. It's someone's wedding and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, the commitment is different. Our lads.
No, I'm laughing now, Yassar, because I'm 35 now, alhamdulillah, and I'm
still young.
Yeah, I'm still young, alhamdulillah. I know I've been through that, and it is a struggle sometimes, and it is
It's
tough.
a struggle all the time, bro.
It's a struggle all the time.
I go on holiday, they play 5-a-side on a Wednesday and they can't even organise that. They say, we won't play this week, we'll just play when you come back.
Yeah.
No one wants
because
to
you have to dip in your pocket to cover the players.
I've been lucky with the lads we've had, even like I was saying to you before, we've not had sponsors on our shirt or anything like that. If we've ever done, it's just to help out a friend whose business it is. We've all been lucky and fortunate. Our lads have, gone on good careers. They do financially, they're okay, so they've always paid their way.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed in that way and not to rely on anyone.
But I totally understand your point there, that in the northwest where we are and
so many players, so many people who help out and so far behind.
Yeah, but so far beyond. Yeah, you know what? You made a really good point. And I couldn't agree with you anymore, because playing in the Blackburn Combination League and seeing all the boys, there isn't a massive push. There's no organisation that taking care of this at the moment, and there's no one facilitating or nobody coordinating as such, and everybody's kind of doing their own team and doing their own thing.
Invest into that, not just even in Asians or in all the communities. They should.
Yeah, all the communities. Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of my football career, in Accrington.
I'm telling you now, I could come in 10 years' time and we'll have the same debate. But hopefully, 1 or 2 players.
No, inshallah.
We've made it. We'll have made it with the support of the thing. Yeah. But I will come here. We still won't have a facility.
Inshallah.
Do you understand?
Inshallah.
So-
With Sports Talk TV and the platform we've laid out, one thing we've
Good,
never
man.
had before, Yassar,
No, this is good, man.
is a platform.
I was
Have we had a
I was saying to
platform before?
Shaky, the legend.
Oh,
right? He goes,
Oh,
are
Shaky.
you going to be on live radio? Have you done it before and all that? I go, it's sorted, bro. It's sorted, don't worry. Because when I first went to Glasgow, I just landed at the hotel and they go, right, one person from each team, you're going on the radio. I can't remember what it's called, the Glasgow radio station, some Asian station anyway. So I ended up going there and doing an interview there.
While she was up there.
Well, that was the first time we went there, and it was the same thing. And
But-
I said to the guys, we're not asked, we're not scared of any team, whatever. We're just gonna go give it our all, yeah.
Yeah, like
and then
you do, yeah.
the presenter goes, yes. And he was buzzing. It was all right, man. It was a good laugh.
You mentioned Shaky, but I mean, I know Shaky, and my viewers will know that I've played with Shaky before.
If you're from Blackburn and you don't know Shaky, you need to move out of Blackburn. That's it, man.
No, you have to know Shaky, but
Yeah, everyone knows Shaky Butt. And if you don't know Shaky Butt, Shaky
what's
Butt knows
your
you.
opinion of Shaky Butt as a player then, Yassar?
Oh, he's a good player, man. He's one of them guys, right? He'll just pop out of nowhere. He's Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, is he not very much Maradona-like?
He's speedy. He's thingy.
This is what I mean, Yassar. I mean, think of that talent there. I mean, many like Shaky, probably not as good as him, or
Shaky,
very much up there.
Shaky's really fast, right?
What-
I'll tell you a
what-
story.
what-
He come to our team, and we've got a lad called Raju, and he's super fast. So there was no one faster than Shaky apart from Raju. They had a race once, and he was like, "Oh man,
There was
this
actually
guy
somebody
beat me."
faster than him.
Yeah.
With the
He's
ball,
good
that is.
He's
With the
wicked,
ball.
man. He knows.
With the ball, Yassar.
Yeah.
Or is it
No,
just
he's,
moving?
he is another good player, man. Maybe he needed someone
Because
put arm around him and take him,
how
guide
many
him
more?
out of
How
it.
many more Shaky Butts? How many more Yassar Farook?
But
How many
maybe
more-
Shaky can get involved and make the next Shaky Butt who make it.
How many more Arun Hussains are we going to see? How many more upsets are we going to see? I feel as though I've had enough of these upsets, Yassar.
We have, but we need to
Yeah.
push the people higher up.
Yeah, so
And go
that's
the
what we
official
do.
way. We gotta hold people accountable who are in power.
It's top and bottom, isn't it?
Yeah,
so we've got our youth.
You gotta hold them people accountable though.
Yeah,
who
and
are
you've got the
up there and not
hierarchy.
doing it. Yeah.
We're bridging this gap. We're in this middle gap here. We're in the middle. Right, we're making it happen. We're breaking the mold. We're just closing that gap from the people in charge, people in significant positions, and the FA like people, and the football group.
It's mad you said
from
that,
the
you
youth.
know. No, like if you look at even I know it's a sports show. Even if you look at boxing, a few boxers have made it, haven't they?
Yeah,
Some lad fought on the weekend. He was really good.
I didn't see
Hamza.
it.
He was called. I think he was called Hamza.
Oh, Hamza, is that the Pakistan?
Yeah.
Amir King Khan Foundation, I think it was.
Bro, he was really good. I'm just saying, in boxing, I see lads making it through. They're getting that support and guidance. I don't know if it's a lot easier there or whatever, but a lot more are playing football, and then there's nothing.
But you see, this is it. I mean, Khalid
But
was
honestly, we do need to set up some kind of organisation.
facility,
Yeah,
as you mentioned,
facilities.
so that we could start believing in ourselves and start believing in the youth. Yassar, we're coming towards the end of the programme, end of the show today on episode 9. You've had some valuable insight there, and you speak with a very serious passion. What would be your words, firstly, to the Blackburn internal conflict that you may feel that possibly hindering the development, and then
Everyone,
the youth, and then the youth.
Everyone just needs to get along. At the end of the day, the end goal is the same. We all want to achieve one thing. Let's all come together and see where it gets us, because being divided is we've not got anywhere, have we? So let's all unite, put all the differences aside, and let's just move forward.
Let's
Do you
push.
know what I mean?
each other.
You've got to listen to everyone's point of views and what they're saying, and then find the middle ground. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Because what I'd be saying, I can't 100% say, yeah, this is the way, it's the right way. So we've got to meet somewhere in the middle. We've got to just let go of egos and get along. And then the younger players, if someone's telling you off or giving you grief, it's just for your own better. Do you know? It's just to improve you. They want best for you.
Last week,
Don't give up. Don't get upset.
Yeah, right.
Carry on.
You're right, yes, sir. Thank you very much for that, because last week, you kind of followed off from what Ladsy said, that you should take criticism just as much as you take praise.
Yeah.
You should take it on board, and that's the message for our youth today. Yassar, I'd like to thank you very, very much for your time today.
Is it over? Right.
It happened so quick, bro.
I'm going to get on to it early, man.
Thank you very much. It's coming to the end of our show. I'd love to spend some more time in it and obviously pick your brains and your experiences and to shed some more light on it. But on this occasion, today, I'd like to thank you very much for coming on to the show. Thanks for sharing your insight with all the shout outs you're giving to all your people.
I know, I think I've missed loads of people out. They're going to be like, whoa, what a guy. Not about me. I'll give you a lift to here. And
we'll be here till next Monday.
You know what?
You're giving everybody a shout out.
The end episode should be everyone you had in your show, and let's have a debate.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's see where we go with it. We've got a lot. We are slowly moving forward, and inshallah, towards the end episode, yeah, I mean, I'd love to get back on the COVID, yeah, and just let you know exactly how I would look to,
inshallah,
put all the...
We should all work together, put all the ideas, yeah.
And inshallah...
And then let's all of us work together and push these people who have the influence in councils, in the FA, to say, look, this area is struggling, give them this, they need it, do you know what I mean? We'll pay for the facilities, it's just open them up, let's have it there. Do you understand? Make it available.
Absolutely, yes. And inshallah, let's hope that day comes and then we could all stand united, because divided we will fall.
Congress United.
That's
why they call it United.
In the tafaq, there is great barakat.
Definitely.
Inshallah. So let's all unite, inshallah. Let's all pull it all together. Let go of some of the things that have been hindering
unity is strength, eh?
Unity is most definitely strength. Let go of some other things that have been hindering our development, and inshallah, let's look for the future. Let's move forward together, because together we're all better. On this occasion, thank you very much for all your time, all your viewing, and like, share, and comment on our media content. Thank you very much. It's your host Hussein Mahmood signing out on this occasion, but I do look forward to seeing you next Monday at 7 p.m. with our next guest with his insights. Thank you very much. I'll catch you then.